So it is March 12th, 2012. And we are on our way to Louisville for your Grandpa Atwood's memorial. Do you have any funny stories? Or any good memories of him?
Yeah.
Tell us some.
You're kidding me, right?
Oh. What are some of your... Oh, because you're driving? We got a 2-hour drive ahead of us. We just got on the highway. He was a really good man, though.
He was. Very generous. Very funny.
What do you most remember about him?
His laughter.
His voice.
Yeah.
He had this, like, amazing, like, old-timey, like, very distinguished voice. I remember that about him.
There was this thing, like, I remember when I was like 12, maybe younger, he was still, him and my grandma were still living in Louisville, New York, and they had 2 dogs, Mystic and Evan. Mystic, I remember, was my grandpa's dog, and Evan was a mutt, like a rescue, and he was my grandpa's dog. And it was funny because every time we would eat in the dining room, the dogs would come in and like sniff around or whatever, and all my grandpa had to do was clear his throat, and the dogs would like take off. Like they would immediately leave whatever room he was in. Like they just knew, like he was that much of a presence that he could command the dogs to leave the room just by his voice or his throat clearing, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, he had a bigger than life personality, you know? He was a good guy. You know, I miss him. Like, even though I didn't really get to see him a lot in the last few years because of everything going on with us.
Yeah.
It was still, you know, good to see him at Thanksgiving time.
I'm always going to think about him over Thanksgiving.
And he was a good guy. It'll be good to see all the family today.
Yeah. Can I get to meet your aunt and uncle today?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever go anywhere when you were little?
What do you mean?
Like, when your family visited? Did you, like, remember that time when, before we were married, that we went to go visit your grandparents, and we all went to that winery? That was fun.
He didn't become my grandpa until I was 7 years old. So I don't know what Christy and Billy remember about growing up with him as their grandfather.
It'd be interesting to see, like, their memories versus your memories.
Yeah.
Because there is a particular grandparent that I have that I don't have a lot of fond memories of. But my cousin thinks the world of this grandparent.
Right.
Like, we have, like, you would think they were 2 different people.
Right.
The grandparent I had and the grandparent she had. her memories are so, like, wonderful. I just never had that experience. Not to say that your grandfather wasn't wonderful, as he was.
I remember too a lot, well, specifically when I was 16 and maybe I was 15. Anyway, I had football practice and it was middle of August, 2 days, 2 practices a day, and I remember my parents were going down to Tennessee to see my other grandparents, and Billy and Christy were going with them, so they didn't want me to be home alone. And I remember my grandpa came up for the week, like just him, and spent the whole week just me and him, just so I could go to football practice, so I didn't have to miss anything.
What kind of things did you guys do? Could you just, like, hang out in the house, or?
Yeah, I remember he cooked dinner one time. That was funny.
What did he cook?
Pizza, like frozen pizza.
Oh.
But it's funny because he kind of like heard, like,
But you guys didn't go anywhere? Did he ever tell you any stories of, like, his life?
Not really. He told me about his grandfather.
What about his grandfather?
About how he worked for the railroad.
Oh, yeah.
He was really big into that, though. He was into genealogy. Probably get on Ancestry and see all the work that he's done.
Does that make you nervous?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Probably turn that off.
Alright.
Is it even on? Are we going to edit this?
Would it make a difference if I told you that it wasn't on?
No.
Still make you nervous?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that's all then. We can talk more later.
Love you.
Love you.